Hello, welcome to this week's Express 15-minute class. What we're going to do is we're going to develop on last week again. We're starting to introduce more glute work. Today we're going to develop it some more. We're going to take out some ab work. We're going to replace it by some side bridges or some side planks. We're going to try to work the obliques a little bit more this time and put more pressure through the glute med and glute min on the side of the hips. We'll get started into our warm-up. So we'll come on to hands and knees. So hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Tuck the elbows in. Drop the ribs down to the mat. Arching the back, lift the head up, and then drop the head down, ribs up nice and high to the ceiling. Drop the ribs back down, lift the head up, drop the head down, ribs to the ceiling, ribs back down, lifting the head up. This time turn the head to the left, bring the left foot to the side, roll the head down as the left foot comes in, the right foot comes out. We look at the right toes, around the right arm. Then bring the right foot back in, drop the ribs down and look up in front. We'll go one in the opposite direction. Right foot to the side, turn the head to the right, push the ribs to the ceiling, roll the head down. Right foot comes in, left foot comes out. Looking at the toes, left foot comes in, ribs drop down and looking up in front. Look down between the fingertips now. This time we're going to tuck the toes underneath the feet and we're going to lift the knees up a couple of inches and just hold them there. And this time I'm going to walk the hands forward and bring the shoulders forward with the hands until we come into a plank, squeezing the abs and glutes, keeping the straight line from the shoulders through the hips to the knees, down to the ankles, and then bending the knees as you walk the hands back to the start position and rest the knees down. Perfect. We're going to try that again. Shoulder blades pinched. If you're having any difficulty with this, just walk further up the mat and then walk the feet back. So if you're having any difficulty, start up here, lift the knees up and just walk the feet back to the end of the mat and then walk them forward. But if you're finding it easy, we're going to try and make it a little bit harder. So toes tucked underneath the feet again, squeeze the abs, flatten the spine out, tuck the elbows in, lift the knees up, walk the hands forward. As you walk the hands forward, bring the shoulders forward with the hands, so you're keeping the shoulders directly above the wrists. Squeezing the abs and glutes, and a nice straight line from the shoulders to the ankles. Shoulder blades squeezed together. Neck is nice and long, so keep the chin tucked in. And then bend the knees as you walk the hands back and rest the knees in. Turn over onto the back now. So, head on the block. Good, we're going to do a couple of warm-up ones. A little bit for the lower abs, a little bit for the glutes, and we're going to start to really work the glutes after that. So, head on the block, imprint the spine, relax the shoulders, legs to tabletop, and tap the toes off the mat, left foot, right foot. Keep squeezing the abs, pushing the back down into the mat. Nice soft taps. And you can start to stretch it a little further, tapping the heels instead of the toes. Keeping one leg in tabletop all the time. So don't have the feet switch out that far. Always have one leg in tabletop. Bring the other one back. And then back to tabletop. Bring the feet down onto the mat. We're going to exaggerate our bridges. So we're going to arch the back. Let the ribs pop out. And we're going to imprint the spine. Bring the rib cage down, breathing out. Roll the hips back. And lift each vertebrae. Each bone in the spine up one at a time. A nice straight line, nice good full hip extension at the end. And then roll back down. Push the ribs up, arch the back. Rib cage comes down, squeezing the abs. Lift the hips up. And then the lower back down. Good. We're going to go for 5. 3 more. Arch the back, ribs flare. Imprint, bring the ribs down. And nice good hip extension at the end. Make sure you're pushing up through those hips. Good. And then back down. 2 more. Good. Rolling the hips back. Nice and slow and controlled. And then back down. And then one last one. So this isn't for strength. This is just building good motor patterns, good connections from the brain to the muscles. And then back down. You want nice smooth movements. Nice, slow and controlled. I'm just making it easy for yourself. Keep the left foot on the mat. Bring the right knee to the chest. We're going to imprint and lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go through 10, 6, or over halfway, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10 and hold. Straighten the right leg, hold the hips nice and high and into pulses. 1, 2, 3. Right hip stays level with the left. 5, make sure you get full hip extension through the left, dig the left heel into the mat. 9, 10, keep the hip up, slide the right heel out and back in. 1, 2, 3, dig that left heel to the mat. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the right knee and bring the hips down. Because the glutes are working all the time there, you're going to find they're able to switch off and the hips drop down. So every 2 or 3 reps, just have a look at your hips and make sure you're pushing them all the way up to the ceiling. So next one we're going to do, head on the block, right foot onto the mat, left knee into the chest, and again it's left knee comes in an arch over your head as you lift the hips up. So dig the right heel in and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10, and hold. Extend the left knee and pulses. 1, 2, left hip is level with the right. 3, 4, dig the right hip to the mat. 5, 6, check the hips are level. 8, 9, 10, push the hips up nice and high again. Slide the left foot to the side. 1, 2, 3, extend the hips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the left knee and then bring the hips down. Good. Do a little bit of ab work next. So a good bit there to get the hips going, get the glutes working. Next one we're going to do a bit of ab work. We're going to tie in 100. First set we're going to do it with 100s, and we're going to develop a little bit more after that. Try and work the upper and lower abs as one today. We're going to turn onto our sides then after that. So, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, hands by the side, reach the hands to the bottom of the mat, chin is tucked in, roll the head and shoulders up and beat the hands. 2, 4, 5, breathe out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5. Keep the chin tucked in nice and tight. Drop the shoulder blades back. We're halfway there. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 4, 5. Out. 2, 4, 5. In. 2, 4, 5. Out. 2, 4, 5. Keep the chest up. Out. 2, 4, 5. Last breath in. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest the head down and bring the feet down onto the mat. Good. Next what we're going to do, we're going to have our legs straight to the ceiling and we're going to go for our long flutter kicks. We're going to roll the head and shoulders up. We're going to grab the back of the opposite leg, the leg that's straight to the ceiling. So we're going to imprint the spine again. Sorry, I'm moving my way up the mat here. Imprint the spine again. Bring the legs to tabletop. Straighten the legs to the ceiling. Head and shoulders up. 2 hands to the back of the left thigh. Drop the right heel to the mat. And switch. Good. And switch. 2, 3. Drop the shoulders back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees, rest the head, and bring the feet down. And then turn onto your side. Just checking the time. We're doing well. We're over halfway. So we're going to start a little bit on the side. We're going to work the side of the glutes. Back line up the back of the mat. Little sweep forward at the hip. Toes pointing forward. Lift the top leg up and down. 1 foot into the air. 2, 3. Push the heel away. 4. And keep the pelvis still. So really stretch the heel to the end of the room. 8, 9, 10. Keep the leg up into small circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change directions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And cycle forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep the shin parallel. 8, 9, 10. And backwards. This time think about pushing the hips down. It's a little bit more confusing because we're pulling the knee around and moving it up. So it's hard to keep the pelvis still, but keep it as quiet as you can. Try not to let it move too much. 2, 1. Keep the top leg up 1 foot into the air. Top hand comes onto the mat and lift the bottom leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're getting our gracilis here in the bottom leg working. 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the legs down. So we're getting the gracilis on the right leg, glute median, glute min on the left leg here. And we're starting to work our pelvic floor muscles as well. We're tightening them as we do that. Turn over onto the opposite side now. So again, back lined up at the back of the mat, hips sweeping forward to the front, top hand onto the top hip, push the heel away, and lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the top leg and into circles. 1, 2. Make sure the pelvis doesn't rock forwards and back with these. You do these little circles, the pelvis will want to go with it, but keep from here up as still as you can, and then from here down, moving. I can't do circles when I talk. Change directions. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cycle forward. You notice the second side you do always feels a little bit harder. It's not because of a weakness between the two sides. When you're moving the top leg, the bottom leg is pushing down into the mat to create some stability. It's to help the core stabilize the pelvis so you can have this moving limb move from a solid foundation. So by the time you turn over, it's been secretly working in the background. Change directions. It's been secretly working in the background, trying to create stability. So by the time you get onto the side, those muscles are tired. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest the legs down. Probably lost a little bit of the count there. A few extra ones on here, hang on. So we're going to come up onto our elbow now. We have 2 options here. If you're finding any pain in the shoulders, the knees, the hips or the back, we're going to come up from the knee, or if you find it's too difficult to come up from the leg straight, if you can, straighten the legs down. So we don't have a little sweep forward this time with the hips. We're straight down the mat. The elbow is below the shoulder, but slightly closer to your hips. So it's not up here. You have it below the shoulder and just slightly closer to the hips. So pinch the shoulder blades back, tuck the chin in. I'm going to lift the hips up and down. We're going to go for 10, 2, 3. You can do this with the legs straight or the legs bent, whichever one you want. As you lift up, try not to twist the body around. Keep the body facing straight forward. 8, 9, 10. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest the hips down. So again, keep that body facing straight forward and hips as high as you can. And focus on the shoulders. This is a good one for getting the lower traps and rotator cuff working on that bottom arm by creating stability. And what we want to do is really push the chest forward, squeezing the shoulder blades. So again, onto the opposite side, elbows below the shoulder, but a little bit closer to the hips, straight line down. Hand onto the top hip. We're not going to let the body twist as we come up. We're going to keep facing straight forward. I'm going to lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, nice, good high extension. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 10, 9, squeeze your shoulders. 8, 7, chin is tucked in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then rest the hips back down. Good, have a little rest now. That's the end of today's class. Double checking the time there. That's the end of today's class. Hope you enjoyed that. A lot more work for the hips there, very little for the abs. So we're developing harder exercise as well as increasing the endurance of the amount of work we do on the glute muscles. So we're going to take away we're keep working the endurance next week, sorry. So we're going to take out actually more of the abs. So we're going to very little ab work next week. Really focus on the glutes, making it even harder for them. And then we're going to switch and add in a little bit of ab work, hard ones, and the hard glute work. So we're going to build up the endurance a little bit more to build up strength. We're going to take the endurance out. We're going to work on strength a little bit more beyond that. Loads to do for the next few weeks. I hope you enjoyed the class. See you again next week. Bye bye.